You know, even though this is just not a question to put out for you, being not an expert, but again, let's see if we can draw from some kind of experience or your thoughts on this. Do you think it was just a rain or some kind of flash flood? Now that we're talking about, well, not having equipment to really check some of these things, is it the first time we're getting to see rain non-stop in Ibadan for 6 hours?
Well, this one was exceptional because it was heavy. It was heavy for better part of the duration of 6 hours.
Did you warn the people in their mother tongue, maybe in Yoruba language, on radio and television, about what is to come?
Usually, the most used language on the state media is Yoruba language.
So, what did you do?
Definitely, when it happened, and it was going on unabated, there were reports. The people in the stations, there were reports, especially in respect of the traffic situation and the flooding out there on the streets of Ibadan. The whole thing ran all through midnight, because myself, I was trapped in a particular place for almost up till about 1 a.m.
What did you do when you were trapped?
When I was trapped, I started calling people to find out where they were and reporting that this is the position.
No emergency numbers that you could call to alert every other person that, listen, something maybe unusual going on?
We didn't have that, but when it occurred on Saturday, graciously, Globalcom gave us a toll-free number for people to call and report their challenges wherever they are, so that the state government will come to their aid.
Now, we talk about challenges now. We're asking the zonal coordinator of NEMA for Southwest, how many camps or where exactly do we have the displaced persons camped? And he said you were going to give us that information. Could you tell us, just in case some are still out there not knowing where to go to at this point in time to get some relief materials? So where is the displaced camp? Camp for displaced persons in Ibadan.
Presently we have one at, we call the place Abbey Technical College.
Abbey Technical College. Where's that?
That's Odonoilewe. Then we have another one at Sacred Heart. That's Okeayo, Oluyole area. And some Catholic missions graciously allowed us their premises, undertaking to support the state government to house at least 200 people in each of these locations, 2 of them, and then to complement the feeding. That's Akpete, and the other one at Akpata area.
Okay. Your state governor has given a 7-day ultimatum to people to move or be cleared. Those are people who are supposed to have built in the right-of-way drainage channels, and are they providing any alternative for them in the meantime?
Definitely. You see, if you have to tackle this, definitely there's going to be some pains. But the question we should ask is, why the pain? Because we never followed due process. And in doing that, of course, the state government can only do it, will do it, but definitely it will have human face.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that particular question, but just as a follow-up to the displaced areas, designated areas where they can go, do you have a methodology? How do you receive the relief materials? To who do you distribute them to? Again, are you working with figures? Because there are those who are working with respect to planning and how to improve our emergency management agencies in the country.
As I'm going, as we're on this program, I'm sure the local governments are ready with their figures. That's IDPs, internally displaced persons. And I'm sure they are also ready with the figures of people that have lost materials and people that have lost lives there. Because the local government really complemented our efforts. And that was one thing we did. Very early as 5 a.m. on Saturday, all the local governments in Ibadan were contacted. The chairman, Saturday was ordinarily not a working day in government circles, but they had to come out. And as early as 5:30 a.m., we were all out there, the camera crew first, to be able to assess the situation and then communicate with the people that will bring relief and also save lives. So the local governments assisted us in collating figures, and they're still doing. The Landlords Association, the Community Development Associations.
How do you authenticate those figures?
Definitely, you see, we, in an emergency situation, we have to rely on the people at the grassroots. The eyes of the government at the grassroots are the local government chairpersons.
Okay. Well, back to, the ultimatum handed down by the governor. He says 7 days for people to pull down those structures, or they'll demolish them. The government to go ahead and demolish those structures. But some of the reasons that the governor used for this was that he says it's largely by human factors, illegal structures within 150 meters of stream, dumping of refuse, poor road construction. Is this all there is to the cause?
Well, that is major. Those are the major things. Those are the major things. Ordinarily, if you look at the Oladele Dam that was alleged to have broken, it didn't break.
It didn't break?
Yes, it didn't break. The water from the dam overshot the level that it was supposed to be. And ordinarily, there were channels for this water to go. If the channels were not blocked downstream, perhaps the water would have come.
That's why we're asking, when the state got the information, you respond, when the state got the information, I mean, I'm sure the state must have been aware of what happened in Lagos, where they talk about which dam here and dam there. So doesn't the state have a way of getting information from all of those areas? What's the level? Is it likely to overflow? Are the places blocked? What do we do? Didn't they do anything about those?
If you look back, it has never overflown in so many years.
Yeah, but with respect to what happened, the same thing was in Lagos.
And
it never overflowed.
Of course, and that was why that of Lagos caught everybody napping too. Because when it happens, except there is clear path for water to flow, definitely it will affect